Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the instant match reaction. Watford 0, Everton 0. What a massively frustrating evening for Everton. Opportunity to go 4 points clear at the bottom of Burnley and Leeds. Leeds obviously got beat 3-0 by Chelsea. Watford with a lot of players out, and we just couldn't do it. We sadly fell into the trap of where we've been in the last few weeks. You know, we were asked to break down a team. We were asked to make chances. We were asked to go and beat a side, and we just couldn't do it. We just couldn't do it tonight. The emphasis was on us to break them down, and we just couldn't do it. We just didn't have it. I mean, tonight, I think, shows, as a couple of people I know like pointing out, you know, nothing really has changed. And tonight, the team showed that in an attacking sense, it's not a very good side. It doesn't have much creativity. And, you know, sadly, we couldn't convert an attacking dominance, because I wouldn't say possession, because it was 50-50, I think, into goals. We looked tired. We looked leggy. I would say that there's a definite lack of the definite lack of a squad was on show tonight, and that's where the manager's got to be very careful going into the game on Sunday, making sure he doesn't overuse players. And it showed that tonight. I thought Gordon and Gray were equally terrible, like equally garbage. It was their job to create tonight, and both of them were so poor. Always choosing the wrong option, or just both of them. You know, they come as a pair. They were just piss poor, absolutely piss poor, both of them. And Richarlison couldn't really add too much to it. And it was just so it was like we were frightened. It was like we were frightened to go at them. It was like we were scared of having a go at them. And listen, don't get me wrong, right? If you'd offered me 7 points from 3 games, you know, 2 away games and a home game against Chelsea, I'd have bit your hand off for those 7 points. But I do think tonight showed that, squad-wise, we, in the attacking sense, we just looked, you know, because for me, I'd have brought Dele Alli on, because I just think that when the game slowed down towards the end, we didn't need runners. We needed someone to get hold of the ball. We brought Dominic Calvert-Lewin on. He didn't really add much, if anything. It was just so frustrating all night. The amount of times that a pass would be on and we'd underhit the pass, and you know Watford had no ambition at all. They had absolutely no ambition. They were there to make up the numbers. And they, as I said, they just got loads of men behind the ball, and it was up to us to break them down, and we couldn't. And the other side of things was the set pieces where you've got a chance to break teams down. The set pieces are terrible. Gordon and Gray again on the set pieces. Oh, utter shite. Like proper bad. And that's where sometimes a game changes on the set pieces. I'd love to see what actually Michalenko's like on the set pieces with having a left foot. But just frustrating. Listen, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to have a go at the players. They ran themselves into the ground on Sunday. Absolutely ran themselves into the ground on Sunday to get that 3 points. And tonight they just didn't have enough. And it's so frustrating. Now, could we have changed things around? Did we really need to play Iwobi as a wing back? Could we have not put him into midfield and just gone back to having Seamus at right back? Maybe. Maybe little things like that. Could we have been braver? Maybe. Was the manager happy with the point? Maybe. I don't know, because have you missed that? Sorry, Man City game. Maybe the manager thought, maybe the manager knew that we were leggy. Maybe the manager thought we are tired. There you go. I mean, if we'd got the extra 2 points, we'd be 4 points clear of Leeds, wouldn't we? It means now, obviously, that we have to win one of our own games. We win one of our home games, and we're safe. We need 4 points now from 3 games. Because Leeds' goal difference is obviously terrible. We've still got a game on hand on Leeds as well, of course. So we need 1 win, really. We could need if they get beat on Sunday, a draw would be enough, I would imagine. But yeah, absolutely so. I'm just so frustrated. I was so nervous coming into this game. There was so much anxiety in me all week. There was so much anxiety in me, and that's what fueled me tonight, was just seeing players just not being able to do the basics was so frustrating against such a poor side. And obviously now I think Brentford will come at us on Sunday, and I think that will help. Watford had no ambition tonight at all. Absolutely no ambition to do anything, really. They were, and that again, though, that's frustrating because they were so poor. Like, you can imagine, one of the top teams probably could have got double figures against them tonight, but we're not a top team. But it does show you where. Listen, it does show you where we are. It does show you where we are. We're not a good team. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've ground wins out in the last few weeks. We've ground those wins out, and we just have to make sure now we go and get a win, either on Sunday or on Thursday. Hopefully Sunday. Put it to bed on Sunday. If we can get a win on Sunday, and obviously Leeds don't win, then it's nearly done. But yeah, it's just frustrating as well, because Burnley, obviously we've got the same amount of games now as Burnley, and they'll be buoyed by that, knowing that it's only Burnley. I know they're playing Spurs, but if they could win before us on Sunday, they'd go back above us. I know we'd have that game in hand, but it's just those little things. But the manager, I think, doesn't trust certain people. He doesn't. El Ghazi really is the only. El Ghazi's the only real other winger we've got at the moment, and he's not even on the bench. He's the only like-for-like replacement, I'd say, for Gordon and Gray, other than Richarlison dropping in to one of those positions and Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming on, or Rondon coming on. And the fact that he's not even on the bench, I suppose, shows you as well that obviously he's nowhere near it. And obviously, you look at the bench, the likes of Tom Davis, defensive players like John Joe Kenny. We need a little bit more, and maybe, as I said, I'd love to have seen Dele Alli. Come on tonight, because I just don't. I thought Gordon looked gone after that 30 minutes. He looked absolutely gone after 30 minutes, and I just don't. I think we needed to be a bit more. I just don't think we needed. First half, we were getting down the right, and Iwobi was getting in there, but the balls into the box weren't very good. And again, it was a case of misplacing passes, underrating passes. But I thought in the second half, I just thought that if we'd been a little bit more careful on the ball, and I think that's where Dele Alli might have come in, Andy. As I said, Richarlison didn't get a sniff tonight. And those Gordon and Gray, who've got to be the creativity when Iwobi's playing in that wing back position. But it is what it is. We're 2 points clear of Leeds. We're 2 points clear of Burnley. played the same amount of games as Burnley. One win, I imagine, would do it now. I could see one win being enough. And we've got 2 home games, so we've got 2 huge opportunities. It's obviously massively in our hands. Who knows? Leeds mightn't pick up another point this season. Burnley mightn't pick up another point. But I would love it just to be done. I'd love it just to be done for our own mental health. I really would. And maybe, who knows? Maybe Lampard did. Maybe Lampard's, happy with a point. Maybe he went for a point. Maybe he thought tonight, actually, there was too many players who were leggy, and maybe. But when you look at their team tonight, you just think that is just a massive wasted opportunity. So, I don't think there's anything much more than I need to talk about. Because there's nothing else to talk about. I'm just droning on now. Yeah. Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming on, interesting. Didn't really do anything, did he? But let's get it done in the next game. Let's get it done on Sunday. Let's do our bit on Sunday. Let's get the atmosphere cranked up again. Hopefully Leeds don't win. And then we go and get a good result. Let's hope that it's all saved for Sunday afternoon, Goodison Park, and we get what we need. Yeah. Well, we did have a good game. Tonight. We worked very hard. Just the other, Gray and Gordon, they just absolutely frustrate the hell out of me, the pair of them. Absolutely. Their jobs is to create goals or score goals, and that's the last thing they did tonight. So they were terrible. Yeah, I was so frustrated with them. But as I said, there's no El Ghazi on the bench. What was the point? So let's not rely on other teams. Let's get the job done on Sunday ourselves. And then we can all breathe a sigh of relief. That's where we should have been tonight, actually. But Man City scored 5 against Wolves. God knows how many they will have scored tonight against Watford. So there you go. I'll be back for my player ratings soon. And but check out Baz's videos as well. It is what it is. 2 points. We're a point better off against Leeds than we were before the game. A point better off against Burnley. And let's go and finish the job on Sunday. There you go. Make sure to check out Baz's videos. Make sure to check out my player ratings, which will be coming up very, very soon. And I'll see you later.